Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the game today with Claret and Malcolm. Wow, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we last released the video or podcast. Um, but before we dive into what we want to talk about, Claret, give us a brief, a brief, a brief checkup on how you're doing. Because our fans and viewers want to know about you. Before we kick in. So, what do you think? How do you feel now that we're taking long? Let's
Yo,
get it.
you're supposed to start with you and tell them how you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but I need to hear your opinion first. Mhm.
good. I'm doing great. It's been quite a hectic moment. Got stuff to juggle in life. But I will tell you, it's been a lot of fun to watch Olympics games, pre-Olympics games, if you will, and other news going around the NBA, and just enjoying the world as it comes at us. But I've been great. I've been great. I thank God.
Yeah, that's nice. I've also been great. The last time we released a podcast video, was during the NBA playoffs. So pretty much then a lot of things got caught up. But hey, don't worry, that's the past. Now we are here, and before we get into it, guys, if you're watching, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to
Yeah,
comment, to share, and give us feedback on whatever we shall say. So, Claire, as you talked about, the Olympics have been going on for quite a while. Obviously,
yep,
the NBA finals ended and they're in a summer break. The NBA players until late October. So, as you all know, the Celtics won, and pretty much as we expected it would end in five. Like it's been five, and then it ended. So that called it, and now we are in Olympics, and Olympics essentially start tomorrow at 1, which is
yeah,
Friday, Saturday
on
at
27th.
11 a.m. Eastern time. USA is playing. Obviously, by Olympics, I mean obviously USA basketball because we're talking about NBA basketball. But generally, Olympics start on Saturday. Basketball for men, women. I know football. Also, football has actually already begun. It began yesterday. Tennis is also beginning. So guys, if you want to watch Olympics, please feel free to use illegal websites if you want. But don't miss out because it's going to be a blast. But before we talk about how the Olympics are going to start, the US played a couple of preseason games, like preseason games. They're called showcase games against five. They played 5 games and they were 5-0. What do you think about that? Because they played Germany, Australia, Serbia, and South Sudan. And things got really interesting that we will raise up. But did you watch those games
No, I
or
think
any of those games
yeah, I
for
watched
that matter?
all those
The,
games.
the
I watched
showcase
all
games.
those games because not only if you miss it live, they are available on YouTube in full content. So technically, they because it's the Olympics, uh, you
Mm,
can find them on YouTube in full. Um, there were great games. I think they set up if if the actual games for the Olympics are not good, they would have done us such a bad job because I think they've raised our expectations, seeing the competition
yeah,
level. I think it has never been
yeah,
seen in the whole history of the Olympics. USA dominated,
yeah.
Spain or France dominated, right? But now you see South Sudan, German
South
almost
Sudan is
beating the
coming up.
US,
Yep.
right?
German
And
in the
and
World
and just
Champions. Yes,
just to
the
let people
world.
just to let people know, yeah, the only reason why I'm wearing a suit right now and a tie is because I had bet all my life and my money on South Sudan to beat the US, and then LeBron happened. Guess what? Now I have to wear this on a podcast because I
Yes,
lost the bet. But I think they were great games. I think
yes.
they have raised the expectations for the Olympics. I think viewers are going to be more than ever.
Yes.
I think it's just great overall for the game.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it started with, I think, Canada, and US actually didn't get off to a good start. And, you know, the time I won the game, I didn't really
Yeah,
watch that game because I knew US was going to win. But I was surprised by Canada. I didn't know Canada had players. They have. Jamal Murray, Shea, Al-Jabari, Dwight Powell, Lou Dort, the defender for Oklahoma, Andrew Wiggins, who's not in the squad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
But they have some
there's
good
been
pieces.
talks.
So,
There's been
yeah, they
talks
had some
about the
good pieces.
Warriors,
So,
Andrew.
yeah, but I remember that game. The US, it has squad depth. So, when LeBron, Curry went out, they just put in Booker, Anthony Edwards, because KD is not playing. And even when Embiid is out, you bring in AD. So, they had squad depth. So, that's why
And
essentially
Ban.
Canada lost. Yeah, but things got interesting. Germany and South Sudan, when the US were favorites by 43 points to win by 43 points, and then the US actually struggled both games. In fact, they had to come back against South Sudan by 14 points. They're 14 points down at one time, and against Germany, they was 16 points down. They had to come back both games. Obviously, you talked about LeBron, and it made me feel it made them take a step back because they were overconfident, and but when they felt like in the third quarter they were down, obviously now in Olympics there's no room for error. There's no room to
Nope.
be 20 points down like in the NBA because it's 10-minute quarters. So essentially it's 40-point games, not 48-point games. So like in a 48-point game, a 48 minutes game, you can come back 20 points down. But here there's no room for that error. So if you're down 15 points, you're pretty much out. So you always have to, get it together very soon enough. And essentially another talking point was the 3-point shooting that was absolutely terrible in the showcase games. I mean, even on media, everyone was like, "What is happening to you?" They have Steph Curry, they have all these shooters, they have Devin Booker, but they're not doing anything. And when I looked at the shooting percentage, I mean, South Sudan almost beat the US. I mean, damn, I didn't expect that. I knew they had some good players, but I didn't expect them to narrowly beat US. In fact, LeBron had to make a game-winning layup in order to win the game. But
Yeah.
I mean, they shot like 14% from the 3-point line, and South Sudan was like 45% from the 3-point line. Like, how can a team be Steph Curry and like Steph Curry is also not shooting well? So I think that made them raise cushions, and it wasn't looking good for the US in those during those quarters. And
When
yeah, what
when you look at what happened when it comes to the US shooting percentages, I think the talent level is way off the charts, and I think they're still adjusting to playing roles, right? Being able to fulfill a role instead of being the guy, right? And I think
mm,
LeBron did a really great job to establish himself as the guy, right? To have the ball in the moments that they need somebody. And that kind of like
LeBron?
sometimes you just need direction. You just need somebody to like uh, take ownership or something, and then all of you can follow and you can feel whatever that is missing, right? But I think because of the talent level, sometimes
Yes,
it's just hard to manage. The other thing I want to ask you is LeBron James, right? He is 39. Yeah.
the God, bro,
We
it's
we we,
God
we,
James,
we
God
we've been
James,
we've been
God
talking
James.
about for years Olympics, Kobe going through Pau Gasol's chased. We've been talking about the dream team with MJ demolishing and just completely going through countries and blowing them out. But right now, we are looking at a man that everybody has been trying to say, nah, he's second, nah, he probably third. He could be one day. This guy comes at 39, if not 40, who knows? He
Yes,
comes out
he's making
and
14, 18th December.
and he is just cruising through everybody's
Absolutely.
eyes,
He is
man. Like,
leading the he's leading the US in field goal shooting and 3-point shooting and points scored per game.
I mean, man,
He,
you know I
he
hate
is
Lakers. You know I hate Lakers. Yeah, I say it now. I hate Lakers, Mr. Pena. Sorry, but I hate Lakers. But I think LeBron might have just flipped the switch for me to liking, kind of liking the Lakers because
there's no
he's
one that not likes
reminded me
LeBron.
that he is still the lead Brown we know, right? But I think,
Yeah, he's
man,
still the
it's
face of the
incredible.
league. He's still the face of the league because as we went into the showcase games, the preseason, the friendlies, everyone was like, okay, no, the league is going to be dominated by the young guys, the Giannis, Jokic. Luka, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, but LeBron said, okay, no, it's not yet your time. It's still my time. It's still my era. So he went and set a name. He's pushing the US team, They really need his
Definitely.
experience. And because KD is not playing, and KD, Steph, and LeBron are like the three old players, and KD is not playing, Steph Curry is not shooting well. I don't know what happened to him. He's probably old right now. He can't shoot anymore. Steph is like,
No,
because
no,
Clay
that's
Thompson
not the
affected him.
reason. I see where you're going
But,
with this. He is not
but
old at all. Yeah, it's just that the system
yeah,
he is in right now
they,
doesn't allow him to get as many shots.
They go, no, no, no. You cannot get an excuse. I remember they're talking about it on national television the other day. There's no excuse for Steph Curry because he is playing
What?
under his head coach. Steve Kerr is the head coach of the USA basketball team. So there
Yeah,
is no excuse for him shooting.
but the Warriors system is not the Olympics team system, right? Because the Warriors, it's all about fast pace, it's all about splits. But then you look at the Olympics, they are playing pick and rolls, they are playing
No,
just say it one guy in
nah,
the post and then play off of that, right?
nah,
Anyways,
nah. See, the
he's
thing
he,
about
he's had his moments.
that stuff works on role players. No, that stuff works on role players of different system, different environment. But Steph is not a role player. He's one of those guys that can shoot the ball anywhere. So you're telling me that if he throws a ball in the air in what in Chess Arena, it goes in, and here he's throwing the ball in Paris and it's not going in because of the system, because of the pick and roll and blah blah blah. No, it's supposed to be going in everywhere he shoots the ball. How
No,
come
Chips,
when he's practicing, it's always
you
going
need
in?
you need to
He's
look at
making
how many defenders.
he's shooting threes from 90 yards, like the opposite side of the post, or like halfway, and he's making them. But when it's in the game, he is barely making a three. He's averaging
No.
like 2 3 pointers every game. Like, come
So,
on,
okay,
if it,
what's your point?
there's no excuse. There's no
What's
excuse.
your point
My
there?
point
Are
is
you he's old?
there's no excuse because he was infected with the Clay Thompson virus of shooting bricks. Yeah,
Ah,
that's my point because
this
he was
man,
infected. So
this man.
he needs an anti-vaccine. He needs it because he needs a vaccine rather because he's getting washed, man. And the problem is that US cannot sub him out. He has to be in the starting five, and he's costing the team. I mean, if US play like this in the Olympics, they may win the group stage, but when it comes to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, that would be and they double team LeBron. That would be
No,
tough. But the good thing
but
about
that's
the
that's
US,
the thing. That's the thing. You cannot double team anybody, right? Because anybody on that team, anywhere they are, they can shoot. I don't know whether you've been paying attention
yeah,
to Bama the Bias threes. They are falling like rain, man. And the other thing is, don't look at Steph struggling right now. I don't think it's a matter of him being bad. I think it's more they haven't really understood how to use each other. But if you look on in the game
the team
of
chemistry, yes,
the game they played, I
the
think
team chemistry
against
is still lacking.
South Sudan, right? They were not giving nothing to Steph, right? Which is why LeBron got like a couple kind of open threes at the top of the key, which he knocked down, thankfully, because he usually breaks them.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
but
I think that's gone.
I think they'll be really fine, man. The moment they figure
Yeah,
out ways to,
I think that's the problem. I think that's the only problem that's in the USA basketball team because they have the depth. I mean, LeBron, Curry, KD was initially supposed to start Embiid, maybe Ante was maybe Booker. Then Joe Holiday is not starting these days because of the defense. Then on the bench they have Derek White, they have Devin Booker, they have all sorts of players. So they really have those. They have the depth. They have the subs, but they have Tyrese Haliburton. But I think the problem is the team chemistry because it's like an individual, it's like an individual sort of like chemistry because everyone is good and they just know how to make buckets on their own, not like a team. Unlike teams like Spain who actually click as a team. Those guys have had stories that they've been playing since like 5-year-olds. They've been playing together like in academies together. So like
yep.
they know what each other's strengths and weaknesses are. But the US, each one is from their own places. Like each one is from their own places. One is from Miami, one is from LA, one is from Boston. Yeah, I think that's the only problem with them. But otherwise, if they play like this, I don't know if they can make it. But they have the God, and with the God, everything can happen. And I'm confident that they can win. I'm sure. Like they came back against Germany. I remember Germany had some good players. I mean, like defending world champions of FIBA. They have this game was in Lakers. Dennis Schroeder. I remember
I
him.
mean,
Because was in
n-
Lakers. He is always good in Germany, but he's very poor in NBA. I don't know what's
no,
wrong with him.
no. In the NBA,
Do you know how
they
bad? Do you
listen,
know how bad he
listen,
was in
my
the
guy,
Lakers?
listen. Do you know Dennis Schroeder as a Thunder when he was in Oklahoma?
Is in no, I didn't watch him in Thunder.
Exactly, right. So when
I
he
know
went
him
to
from
the
Lakers.
when he went to the Lakers, right? They putting the ball in LeBron's hand, and then you telling Dennis Schroeder to play defense, and at the same time go shoot corner threes. That's not his game. Put the ball in his hands, let him make plays. He is a point guard. He is not a forward, not a power forward, not a shooting guard. He is a point guard. Put the ball in his hands, and then you have the most of him, which is why Germany's team with him, he's productive, right? So I would not blame Dennis and his production as a Laker. I'd rather blame their coaching staff and whoever was putting it together. But that's why you see
Mm,
his most being shown on the national television as an Olympic guy, as a German guy right now. And now he's a, you know, flag bearer with
yeah.
LeBron, right? It's and also there's like so much pride when it comes to representing your country, right? You put in all
Mm.
the effort you can.
Can I ask you this question? Who do you think are
Mm-hmm.
the US biggest opponents? Like, who do you think may challenge them the most in all the other teams we mentioned when they're going for the gold? Because I think LeBron has two gold medals, if I'm not mistaken,
I mean,
and he
he
wants a
won in
third.
2008. He won in 2012. He won. I think the rest are bronze.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think he has two, and he's looking for his
That's
third
yep.
because Jordan has two or one. I'm not sure, but there is something why he badly needs this third. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's to type Jordan on because Jordan also has two. I'm not sure, but he really wants this one. But my question was, who do you think the US biggest opponents are? Germany, Australia, Spain, Canada,
So
Japan, France. Remember, France also has two big men.
you
Who do
are
you think are the
looking
biggest
at
opponents?
the strength of USA basketball is that if they actually turn it up, they can play defense, right? And I think that's
Mm,
gonna be the biggest thing for them, right? Because offensively, man, I can't blame nobody. If they start putting up numbers, you can just put your hands down because they are the NBA, right? But I think Canada might pose a little bit of different of challenge because of the style of play and German. And then there might be problems when it comes to France. I don't think so because they will be able to pick to put in a pick and roll the big men, which will be a little bit tough. So I don't really think. I think Canada and German are going to be the biggest problem, and probably the Joker with Sabia.
yeah, hey, I was just
Yep.
about to say it. Maybe, but France is in Serbia group, so it will be a good tiebreaker to see who comes out of that group.
Yeah.
Luckily, they take two teams per group, but the US plays. So on Saturday they play Japan. On Tuesday they play Serbia. On Friday they play South Sudan. They'll have a rematch in South Sudan this time in the Olympics. It will be fun to see. I hope
Oh,
South Sudan
I
brings a
can't
fight
wait.
for it fights for Africa. A fight for Africa. And
Oh
let's
no,
not
I
forget
think.
there's also Greece.
Oh yeah. So what I'm thinking in my whole thing is gonna be when it comes. So when you think about matchups, right? Greece, they're going to throw at you Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I think there are defenders on the team USA that can actually go toe to toe with Giannis, right? So, but on the other
Yeah.
hand, when you look at a team like Canada, is it Shea or Jamal who is going to beat you? Is it RJ who is going to beat you, right? And is it Nemhard coming off the bench who is going to beat you? And by the way, he just got paid by the Pacers Just throwing that out there.
Nice.
Congrats to
Yeah,
him.
he was really good. Congrats to him.
And then you look at German and you're like, Franz Wagner has been the most problem, right? Of course, Dennis Schroeder is gonna
Yeah,
do his thing, but Franz or the Wagner brothers in general, they're going
the
to
Wagner
be
twins.
the
The
Wagner
Wagner
twins.
twins.
They're going to be a problem, right? So German
Wagner.
and Canada are going to be the toughest opponent in my opinion. And the other teams that we are sleeping on could show you a different side of them,
Yeah,
like
I
South
mean,
Sudan did.
will it be Greece? Will it be Germany? Will it be Serbia? Because these are some of the powerhouses. Will it be Spain that no one talks about?